Thank you for calling the History Call Center. Please select the century your question regards. Is the Crimean War correct? You have selected yes. Hold, please, for the next available historian.
It is Russia's duty and right to watch over the interests of Christians in the Ottoman Empire. If anyone contests this right, Russia will not shrink away from temporarily occupying Constantinople.
Unless Russia were turned back, England would always be on the eve of war.
We have taken on ourselves, in conjunction with France, all the risks of a European war, without having bound Turkey to any conditions with respect to provoking it.
Our barracks have a fine appearance outside the gates, but inwardly they are filthy and full of fleas of no ordinary size. I learned that cholera had suddenly attacked the division, several men being in hospital at the time with scarcely any hopes of recovery. In 8 days from today, 92 men of the division died of this scourge. It would be impossible for me to describe the ground on which we fought, the positions of both parties, and to illustrate minutely the various advantages and disadvantages. Suffice to say that all I can remember of the positions went to establish in my mind the superiority of the British and French, and to convince me that I belong to a nation second to none in the world.
We opened fire on the English cavalry. We saw this handful of men attack our well-positioned army. We cut down their lines with rifles and artillery. Once our cavalry engaged, we returned to our guns and poured volley after volley on friend and foe.
Our Minier bullets have mangled the Russians in the same awful manner as Alma. It is awful to stand on one of the heights and look over the field. The ground is hidden by the corpses. We have been plagued by disease in our camps since the siege began. Russian deserters say that provisions and ammunition were becoming scarce in Sevastopol, but there was no end in sight for either side.
Thank you for holding. This call may be recorded for quality purposes.
Dr. Colton. Hold, please.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Not today.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note, the new number is...
Interesting. Perhaps very destructive. But cavalry have charged cannon before and taken them. You've heard of a place called Balaclava.
That was ordinary cannon, but I can assure you, Mr. West, that this is most uncommon.